We're here, and we're continuing the tier list day. Right now, we're about to make a tier list on Terraria bosses. Now, we are amidst our Terraria playthrough, which we will be continuing soon. What you call? I haven't hopped on because I've been super tired after work. I know. I'm sorry, but uh, I like I said, I told you guys I played. I mean, you can probably tell from my gameplay. It's not my first time around the block. I mean, I'm a little rusty. You know, you can definitely see that. But I have an idea of what I'm doing because I played a long time ago. You know, we had a serious Terraria phase. I say a long time ago. I was probably the last time I played Terraria full through was probably when I was 15. I'm 21 now, so 6 years ago, right? I had a friend that also played. You know, we locked in. We killed the Moon Lord and shit and mashed up. I mean, what's it called? I think when I played with my friends who were a little bit younger, and we definitely we did the multiplayer, playing hard mode, like we run all the way through, killed Moon Lord, got everything. It was fun. And then I remember when they released Master Mode. I played that all the way through. This is what it was. So whenever Master Mode came out was the last time I really played all the way through. Like first came out. I remember that shit was pissing me off. Pissing me off. But I did it. What up, Kit and Ken? Welcome back, gang. We've moved on to Terraria bosses. Terraria. But as you know what we gotta do before we get into this, let's hit motherfucking Larry. Now I have moved. We have S through E, and I've changed the bottom to I don't know. Because there are some bosses on here that I haven't fought. You know what I mean? So we gotta give them some grace. We can't just, hey, appreciate the sub, Kit and Ken. I always appreciate it. But what's it called? We always got to give a little bit of grace here. So if I haven't fought him, I'm not just gonna rank him off nothing. Facts. And I got to get that done off rip because we got Akram, which I do know the whole thing of Akram. It's supposed to be, I think it's a console only thing, and it's supposed to be like pre-hard mode if you combine like the eye and if you combine like the summoning stuff, pre-hard mode, or it might be no, you combine the mechanical boss stuff. It's supposed to be like the mechanical brain. That's what it is. I got there eventually, but I've never actually fought it. I have no idea. But this might be a little bit of a hot take. I think Eye of Cthulhu is A tier, and here's why, right? I think if you've never played Terraria, it provides a decent enough challenge to where it's like, okay, you're not completely washing it if you're new to the game, but also like, you know what I mean? You could probably beat it once you get a minimal amount of gear. But also, I think it's great in the concept of like if you are a veteran player, it is it's simple, but you do have to do a setup for it. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to beat it with basic gear, you gotta set up like probably a long platform. I mean, I've seen people do it every kind of way, to be honest, at this point. But preferably, you're gonna at least make like a long platform, get like a wooden bow and stuff. You know, I just think it's a very good entry level boss, and it's good for the lore. You know, Terraria got the lore, and the Eye of Cthulhu. I mean, it's an immediate introduction, bro. An immediate introduction. Now, I'm gonna put Brain next to. Well, why am I struggling? There's the next to the Eater of Worlds. Yeah, but the Eater of Worlds, I gotta give it to you. I'm not super into worm type bosses. I'm not into like the idea like he just feels super easy. You know what I mean, for what he is. I've always thought that. I would be like, corruption, it just feels super easy. And people have the opposite take where they think Brain is easier. I think Brain is a little bit harder. I also don't love I think Brain is either a little bit harder or the same. It's just that Brain comes with a much more open space, so you can like automatically set up for it easier. Is what it is. But if you just bomb out a little bit of an area for uh, either world, like it's easy. I'm not gonna cap. To be fair, nobody ever does it. You just fight it in the tunnel anyways. But I also think design weak. Design is weak, and that's why Brain a little. Honestly, I'm gonna give Brain pretty good. Partially because like it's the design. I think Brain's design is very good. I think I think Crimson's design overall ends up being better than Corruption. I like Corruption colors better, but I think Crimson's design overall is better. Also, if I'm playing a world, I usually prefer to play Corruption, especially if it's like a hard mode world, because like Scarf and everything, gas. But Wall of Flesh, Wall of Flesh. See, this is where I'm trying to think, because I didn't really do much thinking beforehand, because I'm trying to think what is my S tier. Because if anything, there's gonna be a best in the game, and I gotta think what my S tier is. Okay. I think I'm putting Wall of Flesh in amazing. Because I think it is a really good barrier to entry to hard mode. But at the same time, it does have the same mechanic of where if you just build a long platform and it kind of just follows you. You know, there's not the most to it, but it is like I think it's a very good concept. Again, very good for the lore, adding a lot to the lore. Also, we reorganizing this. I'm trying to get it a bit more. We're not gonna fully reorganize it, but I'm trying to get it a bit more accurate to like gameplay order. Even though if I was doing a full gameplay order, I would have done King Slime first here, but I'll do it now. King Slime, I'm pretty neutral on. Yeah, I mean, he is technically you could fight him before Cthulhu, but I mean it's really whichever one spawns first. And conceptually cool, ninja armor's cool, right? He's an all right boss to me. Skeletron might be an S tier. I think Skeletron's an S tier. Because here's one, obviously there's the lore, right? Lore always adds. But then there's the whole thing of like, I feel like he's another very good barrier, especially for newer players. Because the new players, Skeletron is fucking hard. And even like to veteran players, Skeletron is like, you got to take Skeletron pretty serious depending on what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you're doing like a specialized run, Skeletron could definitely be a big difference in what you're trying to do or not. And it's like a big unlock in the game. You get dungeon afterwards. I'm thinking Skeletron is an S. If you're asking me. Which also, I mean, it is like fuck gameplay order at this point. But we're gonna do Destroyer next. Terrible. I hate the Destroyer. No. He is pretty good. I do like the Destroyer a lot more than the Eater of Worlds. Even though that motherfucker is so hard. I stand on this. Destroyer to me is the hardest mechanical boss. I've always had the hardest time with fucking Destroyer. Without a doubt. Like, he just fries my shit. And I always have to fight the other two mechanical bosses. Sometimes more than fucking once. Like, load up on shit and then fight Destroyer. Like, that's always what I have to do. He's ridiculous. I never have an easy time with him. Then Skeletron Prime, I'm a lot less keen on Skeletron Prime than Skeletron. I'm a bit more neutral on him. I don't think he's bad. I think he's a little. I mean, I almost accidentally kicked my cat. I didn't realize he was sitting down there still. But what's it called? I think he's a little gimmicky in a way. I mean, I feel like the point is that he's gimmicky. He's supposed to be like, yeah, we just tossed everything on him because he's cybernetic. But I don't love him. And he does low-key feel easy. Like, if you're a new player, he's hard. But if you know his patterns at all, I feel like it's pretty fucking simple. And then it's just like, destroy arms. And then destroy head. You know? But then we got the twins, which I'm going to put right next to Destroy and pretty good. Honestly, I might go amazing for the twins. I think I'm going to go amazing for the twins. Just like the drops you get, they got the best drops. If we being for real, I think the twins got the best drops because you get Optic Staff and then you also get a better light pet finally, because, bro, underrated thing is having a good light pet. Just saying. Uh, but you get optic staff, better light pet. You get hollowed bars. They're low key. I'm not gonna lie. They're low key the easy. I think Skeletron Prime is the easiest if you know what's going on. First time playing, I think they are what people tend to kill first. You know what I mean? And they give you access to those hollowed bars. You get. It's just real. Like I said, you breaking a barrier to game, right? You make it to that next phase. This is what it feels like when you do it. I'm gonna save this dude for the end. I mean, he is the Moon Lord. I'm gonna save Fish around for like the middle too. The Archipelago, I don't think it's that great to be honest, right? Cause like I don't know, the mechanics of hitting it sometimes are a little and then I don't love the drops. I don't love Pirate Invasion in general. To be fair, Empress, low key S tier. I think Empress is S tier. Just an amazing boss fight. Just straight up, just an amazing boss fight. Colors are amazing. It's a great boss fight. I think that's pretty undeniable. Dragon, which I've only fought solemnly. I give it a pretty good. I haven't fought it too many times. I don't love doing the wave bosses, but you know what I mean. I think Dragon's pretty good. I'm pretty sure this is another one of the wave bosses, but if I'm being so for real, I don't remember. I'm almost 100% sure I fought him before. Don't remember though. Keeping it beat. This dude, see, this is one of the things I haven't fought. Came out after I was really like playing for real, or like when it was, or it wasn't like I'm not a big fishing guy usually. I'm trying to lock into it more in the series, but yeah, I haven't fought him yet. I think it'd be cool though, and he does drop the Sanguine Staff, which seems like it's gonna be good. So I have high hopes. The tree, I'm gonna put it not that great. I don't think it's terrible, but tree, like, it's a Christmas tree. Like, it's a Christmas tree. It's fun for the holidays, I guess. Putting her in, I don't know. I haven't seen a Goblin Empress before. If you know who that is, let me know. Actually, like, that's one I just straight up don't know. Anything, like, I don't know anything about it. Golem. Bro, I want to put Golem in S tier because I really like him, but I'm putting him in A tier just because he's weak as hell. Golem, I feel like, is very easy to beat. Just once you've beaten Plantera, and I feel like unless you go from you beat Plantera and then immediately walk into the temple without stopping home to like make anything else, like he's so easy. I'm not gonna lie. Like you're so much stronger than him at the point where you fight him. I feel like. This dude, never fought him. I'm pretty sure he's the old version of the Pumpkin. Or unless he spawns during the waves. I don't fully remember, to be honest. The trees, I'm a bit more neutral on. I mean, it's very similar to the Christmas tree, but I like their drops. You know, we get big summoner drops. Big up on the summoner drops. You know, if you know me, I like summoner. This dude right here just looks like a block of ice. I don't know what if I'm even looking at right here, if I'm being so for real. Ice Queen, I think she's pretty good. She's cool. You don't run into her a lot. You know what I mean? It's definitely a circumstantial thing when you run into her. When you do, she's fucking annoying to fight, to be fair. But she's cool. The bunny thing, I'm putting in terrible. This is my first one that I put in terrible. This is stupid. I don't remember if I fought this or just seen it, but either way, or just seen enough videos to know this is dumb. I don't like this. The cultist, honestly, I'm putting him in amazing. I like the cultist a lot. Right? I don't think he's S tier, but I think the cultist is really good. Martian Invasion. Bit neutral on. I like the drops, but it feels like it's just another casual invasion one. Kind of the same thing with Mothra. Bit neutral on. Like the drops, but kind of just feels like casual invasion one. Then we got Fishron, my dog. Bro, Fishron's an S tier. Fishron might be my favorite boss in the entire game. It's a hot take. I think Fishron the best boss. Right? You may not have the top best, very, very best items, but like, bro, he's the best boss. Coolest boss. High tier. The Mage Pillar. Now you gotta debate. You can get Prism. Wait, no, you gotta kill Moon on your Prism. You can get, what am I trying to think? Oh, the magic. Honestly, I stand up. Yeah, this might be my other parable. Mage Pillar is weak as fuck. Not the one. Ogre, I'll put it with pretty good, right, with the dragon. You know, it's alright. The pirate? I didn't know you could just fight the pirate. Yeah, that's the first one for me. Plantera. I'm gonna put Plantera in pretty good. It's an alright fight. You definitely got it. You definitely got set up for it. But if you get the chlorophyte and everything, I mean, you kind of wash. Pumpkin. I'm low-key putting Pumpkin in amazing. I think it's definitely a fun fight, the way he can fly up and then he shoots everything at you. Right? Definitely takes a little bit of, like, you gotta lock in. Especially if you don't have, like, a way to just free fly. It's definitely hard. B. Honestly, I'm putting it high up in amazing. I think B, while easy, super fun fight. And fun concept. You go in the beehive, you get honey. I like B a lot. Now, I recently fought Queen Slime in our playthrough. That was actually my first time fighting Queen Slime in the playthrough. But, or I might have fought her a long time ago, but I didn't remember. But fighting her recently, I thought she was pretty good. I think it was a fun fight. You know what I mean? It was definitely, like, very much felt similar, like how King Slime's supposed to be, like, the weakest of the pre-hard mode. Queen Slime's supposed to be the weakest of the hard mode. You know, I thought it was good. Toss the Sand Spirit. I like the Sand Spirit a little bit more than the Ice Spirit. I just think she looks a little bit better. Santa, putting in terrible. I just think it looks dumb, if I'm being so for real. Funny, kind of dumb. Melee Pillar. What do you get from Melee Pillar? Melee Pillar is good. Melee Pillar is pretty good. Summoner Pillar is S tier, obviously. Summoner Pillar, S tier, bro. If we're being for real, Ranger Pillar is also actually S tier. I'm basing the pillars low key off their drops, but yeah, I think Mage Pillar trash. I mean, all their armors obviously are worth it, but like, so then you really got to come down to what weapon you get, and like the Mage Crystal Ball thing that you get, kind of weak, right? Once you get Prism, you never want to use that Crystal Ball thing again. And then there's the Melee Tower. I mean, Melee's just the most OP class, if we're being for real. Not going front, it's like the easiest. And then also I probably should have said this before, and this is all my personal preference. But then obviously Blue Pillar. I mean, you know me, I love Summoner. Summoner is my favorite, right? I love the fucking Blue Dragon. We gonna see me probably playing Summoner for the most part in the playthrough. So you know. And then if we're just being for real, Ranger is probably the one. Like me, the problem with melee is you have to take hits, but also like a lot of swords just kind of do range. The Ranger gun is cracked. I won't lie. You know what I mean? Like melee and Ranger, I will say, like I said, melee is probably I think the best, but Ranger's close. But I don't think Ranger is close until this pillar. I think melee is way better until you get this, and then the gun you get from the pillar is crazy. Yeah, stupid. Then the turkey. I've actually never fought the turkey. I'm not gonna lie, the turkey would probably fall in here for the terrible with me, but I've never fought it, so we're going. And then Moon Lord. I mean, come on. You got to S tier Moon Lord. It's the Moon Lord, right? He's the thing that caused all of this, bro. He's the goat, right? He sent his eyes and his brain, everything down to Earth to terrorize shit, so that we could be a hero. He didn't really want to terrorize shit. He just knew that we would become heroes. And that's what it's all about. Oh, God. But this is my Terraria tier list. As I said before, this is all my personal preference. It's genuinely based on nothing but personal preference. I'm not going to lie. How much I like the fight design. A combination of how much I like the fight, combination design, if I like the drops. You know, whatever could influence my chance of liking it is really what could influence this tier list. But I think some would say this is probably the greatest Terraria boss tier list ever made. You know what I mean? Some would say this is the best. This is the one. And so would I. I would agree with those guys, like I always say. But as always, if you watch on the YouTube video after, come check out the stream sometime, right? Thank you, and thank you guys for watching. We gotta go to the next one.